It's that time of the week again. You join us as this week we take our 70th deep dive into the Groan Zone. 30 episodes from now will take us out to our 100th episode. Can you believe it? You've got lots of the usual fun stuff this week. Now if you're ready, let's go. I'll start us off with my groans. Crocs. Okay, the weather in northeast of England has not been that good, but who in the hell wears shoes with holes all over the tops on a rainy day? Just leave Crocs for summer or spring or some other hot day, for God's sake. Socks and sandals. As a bloke, you've decided to wear sandals to air your feet off, but you're ashamed to bare your feet. Don't put socks on with sandals. If you can't stand baring your feet, don't wear the sandals in the first place. You just look stupid. People and their phones. Well, without mobile phones these days, we'd be lost. But for God's sake, pay attention to something or someone who is talking to you. Mothers or fathers on phones, pay extra attention to where your kid is, please. You cannot be replaced. At least your child cannot be replaced, I mean. Your phone can be. I'm sure whatever you're doing on your phone, it can wait, can't it? And now, that's over and out from my groans this week. Your turn comes later, Groaners, but the show goes on with the 5-point countdown. Here it comes, starting at 5, all the way down to 1. Clue number 5. There are many of me all over the world used by people to keep fit. That clue one more time. There are many of me all over the world used by people to keep fit. Go Groaners playing along live, give me your answer. Those play along after the recording, you press pause now, have a think, shoot your answer in. What you got, Groaners? Give me them. I believe I may have stumped the audience this week. Wow. Okay. Moving on. Clue number 4. Some people have a version of me at home instead of going out. That clue one more time. Clue number 4. For 4 points. Some people have a version of me at home instead of going out. Ooh, I've stumped the live audience this week. I'm getting no answers this time round. No guesses at all, Groaners playing along live? I dare say someone out there listening along after the recording's got an answer. No? Okay. Moving on. Clue number 3. Some versions of me have a limited opening time. That clue one more time. Clue number 3 for 3 points. Some versions of me have a limited opening time. Okay, one Groaner's thrown a guess in there of Jim. That's a good guess. Any more? Any more from the Groaners listening along after the recording? I can't hear you, but what have you got? Okay. That's time up for that one. Clue number 2. If you go out to use me, I'm usually not free to use. That clue one more time. Clue number 2 for 2 points. If you go out to use me, I'm usually not free to use. We've had no advancements on Jim here. No one else is chiming in here. Okay, any more? Press pause. Have a think. Okay, moving on. Last clue. Clue number 1 for 1 point. More often than not, you need a membership to use me if you're not at home. That clue one more time. Clue number 1 for 1 point. Often than not, you need a membership to use me if you are not at home. Any advances on Jim, those playing along live? Anybody else? No? Okay. Your answer will come later to see where you scored points. Remember, If you change your answer from a right to a wrong answer, you don't get the points you're originally on until you change it to right later on in the game, if you did. Maybe you were lucky, but what about oh unlucky? And this week's oh unlucky goes out to a random seagull I saw in South Shields this week. Why? The stupid bird spent ages picking the hell out of a box of fish and chips to get it open. What did it find for its effort? Absolutely bupkis. 0. Unlucky, you greedy sod. I hate seagulls. Haha, no fish and chips for you. And now we move on from unluckiness to creepiness with Admin Nicole's Creepy Corner. And this week's story is called The Start of a Plan. Coco and the old man stared at each other in silence for some time before the prince walked in to break the tension. The sunlight started to pour in through the windows, making the house invisible for another month. Prince Nikolai Dreadnought first, but everyone just calls me Dread. You haven't been up here much since you gave us this place, the prince asked. The old man never had much use of being in the forest. All that lived there gave him no harm, but so it only seemed right to leave him be. You're lucky you have a key, or you'd be stuck here all month. So what's so important to come all this way? Coco asked. The old man sighed as he sat in a nearby chair, looking out at the sun before he looked back at her. He needed to know how to get to the realm of nightmares. If the prince was attacking his dreams, then it wouldn't be long before he got bored and went after everyone else in town. He had to act fast before anyone else got put in danger. This was his town, after all, which meant it was his responsibility to keep them safe. Unfortunately, there were only 3 ways to get into the realms outside of this one. So many places in this world had seemingly ordinary objects that would lead to places where Coco and Dread come from. The reasons for how or even why have remained a mystery for some time, but it was all the old statue in the middle of the park that brought Coco to this town. If it weren't for the old man giving them a safe place to live, and her magic protecting their home, the prince would have been stuck in as an owl. At least in the cabin he can be himself, as if he was never cursed. The old man isn't from any other realms similar to Coco, so he wouldn't be able to come and go as he pleased. The other option would be a key. As soon as he asked Coco for either of theirs, they flat out refused to look at him. Prince Dread was kicked out of his home and cursed by his brother, so he wasn't able to take anything with him, including his key. Coco lost her key recently in her weekly poker game with the wolves, so they're currently protecting hers. The only other way to get to the Realm of Nightmares is to ride a nightmare to get there. That was impossible. The old man wouldn't be able to find one in time. He had a way around it though. He knew that the rocking horse would be just the thing he needed. As he got up to leave, Coco grabbed his hand to stop him. If he was truly able to get into the Realm of Nightmares, she wanted him to find a way to break the prince's curse so he could finally leave the cabin. The curse may have seemed to be harmless, but without knowing what it could really do, they had to find a way to get rid of it. I'll find a way to break his curse, don't worry, or at least some more information on it. It's a good thing you ordered that peppermint armor from the baker in town. Your magic mixed in will help keep you safe, the old man said. Coco might have been her only customer, but armor made from sweets proved to be quite durable, especially with her magic. It would give her relief for keeping her wings safe while they were locked away too. She knew there was more to his visit though. He was going to be gone for a few days, which meant the town was unguarded. He needed Coco to help protect the town in his absence. There was no telling what might happen, but he had to form a plan, and he had to do it now. Valencia said something about giving those souls some bodies, so maybe he could use them too. If they live for her, they might listen to him. Are we going to be okay? Coco asked, worriedly. I think this might just be the biggest thing we've dealt with. I'm terrified of leaving, but if I don't, then this town could be in even more danger. I have to go. I'll leave Viola with you, and you have Rosa too, the old man said. It wasn't often that the old man showed any sign of fear, but these last few weeks since he saw the mayor, he's been nothing but afraid. As he got up to leave, he turned around to Coco to put on his best fake smile. No matter what happens, we'll be just fine. As long as we don't lose anyone, don't worry. Once whatever happens finally ends, we'll deal with that doom baby you're growing too. Congratulations, by the way, the old man said. If you want more of these epic stories from Admin Nicole, tune in again next week when Creepy Corner returns once more. We now move on to the audience groan, with this one verbally flying in from Lewis C. of Newcastle. I bumped into this guy when I was out on Thursday. What a lovely guy. Hope you're well, Lewis. And he groans, people who smoke or vape on public transport. I mean, I smoke, but it frustrates me when I see people blowing clouds where they are not supposed to. Can't they just wait until they get off? Very, very good groan, Lewis, and I completely agree. Hopefully, you won the football match as well. If you'd like to send a groan in too, you can do so using any of the following methods. Join in the Groany fun or message us at the Groan Zone on Discord. Drop a comment on any episode. Hit us up on Facebook Messenger, that's Mystery Groaner or Nicole Amos. Lastly, drop us an email at gzhq to thegroanzonepod@gmail.com. You can also drop us your Heroes of the Week nominations, your feedback, your why or whys, or your oh unlucky stories. But we switch it up now with another game in the form of Double Down Dummies. You all know this one. Guess the right outcome from a story about someone that died in a weird way or had a near-death experience. Round 1. A foreign soldier during a conflict spotted an Apple MacBook. Overjoyed, he ran to retrieve it. But how did this lead to his death? Was it option A? As he ran for the MacBook, he stood in a landmine, being killed instantly. Was it option B? He removed part of his chest body armour to put the MacBook in its place. He was then later shot through the chest and died. Or was it option C? Unbeknownst to him, it was bait and he was shot fatally by an enemy sniper as he picked up the MacBook. Go Groaners, give me your answers please. Those playing along after the fact, here's where you pause and you answer later. What do we have? Oh, we have B's coming in all the way on that one. No sign of any others anymore? Nope, just B's. B's. Okay, round 2. You'll get your answer for that one later. Round 2. A man in Florida was playing frisbee golf. If you're not sure what frisbee golf is, it's like normal golf when you hoy your frisbee and you got to get your frisbee into little nets instead of holes. I've never played this. Well, he was playing it with some friends when the frisbee went off course, landing in a nearby river. He waded out to retrieve it, but how did this lead to his death? Was it option A? He got trapped in thick mud and grew fatigued when friends were unable to get to him. He sadly drowned when he had no strength left. Or was it option B? The water current became too strong for him and he couldn't swim. His body was found hours later downstream by his friends. Or was it option C? As he waded out, he was attacked by an alligator. Neither the man or frisbee was recovered. Fire them off, Groaners. Your answers, please. C's all the way on this one. Okay. If you're playing after the fact, you pause again and you shoot your answer, then you unpause. Right, old Groaners, I hear you loud and clear. B's from the previous, C's from this one, all across the board. Alright, if you think you scored points, we'll find out later in the show with the game answers. But now, we have to ask, why oh why? Why oh why is power slap being known as a sport? I mean, just what the hell is this? 2 grown men or women slapping 7 bells at each other as hard as they can until one quits or gets knocked out. I played a hands-only version of this game when I was a kid, called Slaps, and that hurts on your hands alone. How dense is this new sport? I just have to ask, why oh why? Now from why oh why, we jump to Zero of the Week. And this one goes out to any Muppet who feels it is funny to be lazy and throw their dog mess into someone's bin. be it waste, recycling, or garden. You decide to have the dog, ergo, you find a dog waste bin or take it home and throw it in the composter or something like your own bin. Stop being a pillock. The dog clearly has more brains than you. Use your own bin. Utter zero of the week material. Now, just before the game answers are given out, it is time to announce Anagram Anxiety. This week, Admin Nicole bamboozles us with Acorn thefts. And no, that isn't your answer, that's your actual anagram. Good luck, because I'm hopeless at these and I never have any answers for them because I hate anagrams. But to submit your answers, you can use the same ways as you would for submitting your groans, etc, etc. Now, before we go, let's have those all-important answers. Double Down Dummies first, including a story recap. Round 1. A foreign soldier during a conflict spotted an Apple MacBook. Overjoyed, he ran to retrieve it, but how did this lead to his death? The outcome was option B. He removed part of his chest body armor to put the MacBook in its place. He was later shot through the chest and died. I guess the soldier didn't know that MacBooks aren't bulletproof. It was probably knackered anyway. Round 2. A man in Florida was playing frisbee golf with some friends when a frisbee went off course, landing in a nearby river. He waded out to retrieve it, but how did this lead to his death? The outcome was option C. As he waded out, he was attacked by an alligator. Neither the man or frisbee was recovered. That is actually correct, and this happened in Florida, which is well known for being populated by alligators and the like. That's why when I was in America, I was very careful when I went to Florida. And now, what the hell am I for? The answer to last week's pictorial game was... I still don't understand why anyone would buy these. It's been explained to us, but I just don't get it. Air purifying headphones. 2 groaners, well now 3 groaners got the right answer, so well done there. And lastly, the 5-point countdown answer was... If you haven't played this game, if you came in late to the show when you're playing along live, stick your fingers in your ears, you don't want to know the answer. The answer was a gym, although I would have also accepted a fitness centre. If you scored any points, well done to you. And on that note, this is your host, Mystery Groaner, signing off for another week. And I'll see you next time. Take care, bye bye.